Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Fright Night Friday horror movie review. Today we'll be talking about I don't want to say controversial, but opinions definitely seem to be divided on this one. The Witch, a New England folk tale. Today, on the Multimedia Chronicles, Fright Night Friday. Welcome back. So, I'd just like to say right off the bat, I heard a lot of mixed opinions about this one before I saw it. And opinions that suggested to me that it was the type of thing that I would enjoy, but that might not necessarily be everyone's cup of tea. I don't know what people expect going into movies sometimes, and I find it strange when they get all upset and pissed off and hostile about a movie because it wasn't what they expected. And it's like, well, that's I've said this before. It's like it's not the movie's fault. It isn't what you were expecting. It's your fault for going in with preconceived notions and not just letting the movie take you to wherever it was going to take you. Now, that said, with The Witch, this is what I like to refer to as a slow burn. It takes its time to tell its story. It takes its time to let us get to know these characters. Essentially, what it is, it follows a British family of settlers who are just trying to make their way in the new world, and they've set up a little farm, and they're trying to do raise crops and stuff like that, and they're really having a rough go of it, like a really rough go of it. It's just not working out the way they had hoped it would, and they have a new baby in the family. They've also got a little boy, twins, girl and boy twins, and then a young woman who is the eldest daughter of the family. So it's a good sized family. I mean, it's basically four kids and husband and wife, and they're just trying to make ends meet in the new world. Trying to make it as pioneers, pilgrims, what have you, just living off the land. The problem is that the father, although he means well, is not particularly good at farming. He even gets called out about it at one point, saying like all you ever do is chop wood. And at one point you see just how much wood he's been chopping. And you always see him out there in the day, in the night, like just chopping wood like mad. So he's really good at chopping wood, but he kind of sucks at everything else. But you got to admire the man's determination to make things work. Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I actually really enjoyed this one a lot. I can easily see why it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. It does, as I say, take its time. But if you're going in expecting just some kind of gory splatterfest in the good old days, well, you're going to be disappointed. Now that said, there is a fair amount of blood and guts in this movie. Eventually, it does take a while to get there, though. But boy, I tell you, like the last 20 minutes or so is some pretty intense shit. The thing I like about this is it's one of those types of movies that just sort of builds an ever-growing sense of dread and uneasiness throughout. The family itself is, your typical old world pioneer family, very, very devoutly pious, and all about saying their prayers every night and saying grace at dinner and all that good stuff, and upholding good, wholesome Christian values. So, what happens one day is the eldest daughter is looking after the baby boy, and she's playing peekaboo with him, and they're just having fun. And then at one point she covers her eyes and goes to say peekaboo, and the baby's gone, just disappeared. And she sees a shape running off into the forest, but it's too far away. She can't pursue this person or thing or whoever it is. Um, and basically, she has to answer the fact that the baby's disappeared. And nobody believes her when she tells her that, so, well, it may have been, I think it was a witch that took the baby. And there's a scene which follows where you find out the fate of the baby, and me and child peril. I wasn't overly thrilled with that scene. However, it does serve a purpose to the story. I mean, what you have to understand here is what this is. I think a lot of people misunderstood what exactly this movie is, and allow me to explain a little bit. It says it right on the cover there, a New England folk tale. And anybody who's even got a passing familiarity with these old folk tales know that generally they're morality plays. They were scary stories told to children to make sure they said their prayers every night and didn't misbehave. And what this movie does is it distills a lot of those different elements from all those different old stories into one story. So you'll see familiar things in there. I mean, there's often stories told of witches that would steal you away in the night if you weren't careful, and they'd eat you. There's lots of fairy tales that sort of follow that thing. Hansel and Gretel, I mean, the kids misbehaved and were sent into the forest and met up with a witch that was going to kill them and eat them. Well, it's the same kind of idea here. It's like this is a witch that will catch you and kill you. In this case, she seems to be more interested in killing, innocents to restore her own youth and maintain her own youth and such. So, again, just kind of taking bits and pieces from all these different folk tales from over that have been passed down through the years, and creating a new story out of those old elements. So at one point, the eldest daughter is with the twins and the young boy, and the young boy is just kind of starting to hit puberty, so he's starting to notice girls. In this case, the only girl really around is his older sister, and so he kind of notices her. But I mean, it's innocent prepubescent curiosity about the opposite sex, really. So there's kind of that seed planted that he's curious about things. So at one point he encounters the witch in her youthful form, and she kind of seduces him, essentially. Just kind of lures him into the forest, and then he disappears for a while. But then when he reappears, he seems to be possessed, and they try to unpossess him, but well, you'll have to see the movie to see how that turns out. But there's a scene a little ways, fair ways before that, where the eldest daughter is kind of being teased and bothered by the twins. The twins are kind of bratty kids. They like to just get in your face and play tricks and just generally really hyperactive. So she tells them, the little girl, that I'm the witch and I took the baby into the forest. And it's like, oh God, you know where that's going. It's like, well, later, of course, that gets thrown back in her face. Like, she said she was the witch. And of course, pious family, it's like, you're the witch? And it's like, no, I'm not the witch. It's like, I was just, playing with them and stuff. But there's all this growing tension and mistrust between the members of the family and such, due to just sensing that there is clearly an evil presence there. They just can't quite nail it down and figure out what it is and what it wants and such. And that's, I think, one of the things that makes the witch in this really scary, is the fact that you don't really know what her motivation is. You don't really find out anything about the witch per se. It's more about this family and how they are being affected by the machinations of the witch, whatever her motivation is. Is her motivation just to fuck with the family, or is it that she has her own? I mean, we know, at least as far as when she took the baby, that was to restore her youth. But beyond that, what is her motivation for messing with the rest of the family? Well, it's hard to say. However, the very end of the movie suggests maybe there was a purpose there. It wasn't just, for her own gain, but I mean, to say would give away the ending of the movie, and I've already kind of teased some of the other things in the movie, trying to avoid blatant spoilers. But yeah, if you want to find out, just go and see the movie. Um, as I say, I mean the last 20 minutes are pretty freaking intense, man. I mean, where it leads up to is very intense and disturbing, and there's a few good boo moments in there, and also just some really chilling moments as well. But I mean, you have to. I think it helps to go into this film with the right kind of mindset. I mean, if you're going and expecting your typical modern horror fare, you're going to be disappointed because that's not what this is. I mean, first of all, it's a period piece, so it does take place, back in the day, and also it's a very leisurely paced movie. I mean, it takes its time. It's much more about the effects that this situation is having on the family, how they keep losing their children to this mysterious evil force, but more so what it does to them and how they break down and how their relationship changes. And yeah, I mean, overall, I really enjoyed it a lot. It's a beautifully shot film too. I got to say, like, the cinematography in this is just gorgeous. Some really fantastic photography in this. The cast is wonderful. The two actors who play the parents are a couple of veteran character actors that I've seen in a lot of other productions before. The actress who plays the mother was actually in Game of Thrones. She played what's her face? The lady who was breastfeeding that 10-year-old in the Erie. You know who I mean? That's her. She plays the mother. And then the actor who plays the father, I remember from The Office, and quite a few other things. I've just seen him show up in a lot of stuff. Sometimes he shows up as like police officers and security guards and things like that. He had a pretty major recurring role in the original British version of The Office. But great to see. I love it when I see character actors like that get a lead part, like something they can really sink their teeth into. And it was great. They both did a great job. And the young actors playing the kids, also fantastic. The actress playing the eldest daughter was just amazing. I mean, not only just beautiful, but also very, really captured all the varying emotions and conflicts of her situation. And as it evolves, I mean, it was just a treat to see such fine actors just giving it their all in this really bizarre kind of horror story. Yeah, so honestly, overall, I really liked The Witch, and I can totally understand why a lot of people didn't. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you don't mind a more leisurely paced horror movie, something that's a period piece with some beautiful photography, and aren't just a freaking gorehound that has to have beheadings every 5 minutes, then I think you might be in for a treat. I certainly was, and I enjoyed it amazing. I enjoyed it amazingly. Yeah, it's late and I'm tired, but I enjoyed it very much. So, yeah, I watched it with the Geeky Boys, Stoudman, Skinslip, and Bluto 1992. The only one of which who had seen it was Bluto 1992, and he was really eager for us to watch it. And all of us were just blown away by it and really enjoyed it a lot. I think Skinslip's got a pretty in-depth review going up on his channel. He actually took notes and stuff. I just do these off the cuff, but everybody's got their own style, right? Anyway, that is it for this review. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil things for you, but at the same time, I have to kind of spoil a few things just to kind of say what I liked about it. So I hope I got the balance kind of right there and didn't blow too many things for you. Alrighty, so we'll see you next time. Actually, tune in a little bit later today. I have a second review for you. And then, oh boy, you know what time it is. Today is September 30th, 2016, the last day of September, so you know what tomorrow is, right? Huh? That's right. Halloween time on the Multimedia Chronicles. Holy guacamole, Batman. You have no idea. I have been planning for Halloween this year since June. So, expect a lot of stuff. There's already a ton of stuff uploaded and scheduled and ready to go. And there's even more to come. I'm going to be working on videos all throughout the month. Just adding to everything that's already up. So, it's going to be a spectacular month. I hope you'll all join me for the fun. Yeah, so tune in a little bit later today. I do have a second horror review for you coming up. And I'll see you then. Until then, quick thank you to my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors, especially Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, my 2 highest level sponsors. Really appreciate the support, guys. And to everyone else, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara.